And I bet you, if you fix this issue, you'll be able to make so much more money than you've ever made in your life. And when I fixed this issue in my life, I have seen a significant improvement in my revenue, and I have been making so much more money than I ever made in my life. And I made more money recently than I've ever made in my life because I fixed this issue. So today I want to talk about the number one reason why you most likely will never succeed with your business. And this is something that I personally struggled with. I remember when I first started my business, I was always working really, really hard. And I just didn't get why I wasn't making any progress. I was just working on so many hours and I wasn't really making any consistent amount of money on my business. Then I realized I was struggling with this one issue that I then fixed later down the line. But then I realized a lot of people are actually struggling with this. And I bet you, if you fix this issue, you'll be able to make so much more money than you've ever made in your life. And when I fixed this issue in my life, I have seen a significant improvement in my revenue, and I have been making so much more money than I ever made in my life. And I made more money recently than I've ever made in my life because I fixed this issue, amongst other things. But this is one of the most devastating issues when it comes to young men and actually how we can't focus on a business. So what is that thing that is destroying most people's business? What is that thing that is stopping you from making the money that you want to make, stopping you from driving that car you want to drive, living in that flat, that house that you want to live in? So when I first started in business, and this is something that is very, very common when you first get started in business and you get kind of sucked in this deep black hole of just information on how to make money online, all the different businesses out there, drop shipping, Amazon FBA, trading, social media, freelancing, and you get a little bit confused. And I get that, and I got a bit confused. So I remember I would start a business. My first business was drop shipping, and I would start my drop shipping business, and I would do that for a while, and then I'll go on Twitter or YouTube and I'll see a video titled "How I Made $1 Million in 3 hours." How I made X amount of money in 3 hours using social media marketing. So I would then click on that video, and then there would be some guy flexing his Lamborghini, his Ferrari, telling me how social media marketing helped him get $1 million in 3 hours. I would then look into it, how to do social media marketing. I'll get a bunch of information, I'll buy a course, and I'll start doing social media marketing. Now, when I start doing social media marketing, I realized that it's quite hard. It's actually a lot harder than that guy promised me. You actually have to go out there and work and meet people and speak to people and cold call and do all those kind of things. And I start having doubts. Oh, this doesn't work. This business doesn't work. And then what then happens is your brain starts looking for a way out. So what I would then do, I would go on YouTube again and I will see another video of someone saying how I made $1,000 in 3 minutes using freelancing, for example. And I will start doing that business again, and I will get in this cycle of starting a business for like a month, seeing that it's quite hard, and then moving on to the next business, thinking that opportunity is the one that's going to bring me the car, the girls, the house that I want. Well, what that is called shiny object syndrome, and it is by far the number one killer of all successes out there, I reckon. And if you fix shiny object syndrome, then you'll be able to, I think you will succeed in your business no matter what. And what shiny object syndrome is basically thinking that the grass is always greener on the other side, that the next business opportunity is the one that's actually going to bring you the riches and is the one that's going to make you the money. When it gets a bit tough in your business, you think, oh, this business doesn't work, this one might work because this person made X amount of money doing this business. And you start hopping from business to business. And that's not the right way to go about it. That's the complete wrong mindset. And I personally did this for about 3 years, I reckon. Maybe 2 years. And I would always be looking for the next opportunity. And you might actually relate to this a little bit, in your own life. And you thinking, you're seeing these people on YouTube and Instagram flexing their Lamborghini, their Ferrari, their bank accounts. And you feel a certain way. You feel like you're not doing well enough and you're not actually matching up to them. So if you're able to fix this issue, then you make a lot more money. And the way to fix this issue is simply by realizing that every business does work. Every business out there works. Social media marketing, freelancing, drop shipping, Amazon FBA, they all work. It's not a business issue, it's a you problem. The issue is that you haven't got the patience to actually stick with one business for long enough to see results. And if you actually look at your favorite YouTubers, if you go back to the old videos, you would actually see that they started around 4 years ago. Imagine if 4 years ago, your favorite YouTuber said, "Oh, this doesn't work. After 1 month, I'm going to give up. I'm going to move on to the next business." They most likely wouldn't have succeeded. And what you have to realize is every business takes time. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of struggle to actually get to where you want to get. And if you keep hopping from one business to another, looking for the next shiny object, you are not going to actually find any success in any of them, because you're not there for long enough to build up the skills required to succeed within one business. So each business is actually a bunch of skills combined. So for example, dropshipping, for example, you need to learn how to source products, how to find the best products to sell. You then need to learn how to create Shopify websites, which are really, really hard to get the maximum conversions. You then need to learn how to run ads on Facebook or Twitter. You then need to learn how to do customer service. You then need to learn how to get returning customers. And all these different skills need to stack up to create one big skill that make you a competent dropshipper. And then you start seeing success. But then if you give up after learning the first skills, which is to source product, and then when you get to the next one, which is to run Facebook ads, you realize it's quite hard, but then you give up and you move on to the next one, you're never going to be able to overcome that barrier and learn all the different skills required for you to become a competent dropshipper. And if you don't fix this, I promise you, you will never become successful. And it wasn't until I fixed this, until I decided to stick with one business and one business only, and I will see success within that business no matter what. And I committed to learning everything regarding that business and succeeding with it, no matter what kind of bank accounts I see, no matter what kind of Ferraris I see. I'm not moving, and I'm not looking at that side of the business. I'm looking at my business and my business only. Until then, I wasn't able to see any success, because now I've learned all the skills required to make money with my business, which is affiliate marketing. So another good tip that I'll actually give you is to delete social media. Is to get rid of Instagram. I don't have any social media. I don't have any Instagram. I don't have Facebook. I don't have anything. All I have is a blank Twitter account, which I use to buy things sometimes, because like this, you can get good deals on Twitter. And I have a blank Facebook page with one friend, which is my other account, which I use to buy things. So the reason I've deleted all my social media, especially Instagram, is because when you go on Instagram and you see someone flexing their car, it makes you feel like you're not doing well enough. It makes you feel like you're falling behind. And it makes you feel like the business that you're in isn't the one that to go for. You should follow them. But you shouldn't be comparing yourself at the start, because everyone's on their own journey. Everyone is on their own journey. Everyone is got their own experiences. So these are some tips and tricks on how to get rid of shiny object syndrome. And you have to realize that every business takes time. You have to realize that, because once you realize that, then you'll actually be able to make 5 figures a month, then 6 figures, then 7 figures. Like, I have no doubt in my mind that my business is currently going to take me to 6 figures a month. I have no doubt, because I know that if I stick with it long enough, and if I learn all the skills, I'm going to become so competent that I'm going to get paid so much money for what I do. So you have to just stick with it and realize that it's not a 1 month sprint. It's a long journey. And if you're not patient enough, you're not willing to put in the work now, you're not willing to put in the work for 2, 3, 4, even 5 years sometimes, you can't just forget about business. Then you need to go find a 9-to-5 job, because you haven't got what it takes to become a business owner. You haven't got it. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's it from me today. I wanted to just give that little tip out, because this is something that's helped me personally to succeed in my business. And I promise you, if you fix this one problem in your life, you will make a lot more money than you would ever make. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you haven't enjoyed it, please leave a dislike, so I know which one you do like and which one you don't like, so I can make better videos. And I will see you, bro, in the next one.